Hello, and welcome to Geopolitics Thought of the Day for March 29th, 2026. I know I said I was going to release an episode yesterday. I ended up not doing that. I had decided to do just one episode on the weekends, and the way things shook out, that ended up being Sundays. So here we are. And I just wanted to have a little discussion about the term geopolitics and why I choose to use it for this channel. For those of you not tapped in to the discourse, geopolitics has kind of a nasty history as a term. It is, at least in my mind, associated very much with people like A.T. Mahan and 19th century imperialists, and especially extreme German nationalism in the 1920s and 30s. People of that period imagined that they had a sort of national obligation to conquer, to expand, and they used the science of geography, which was then becoming extremely popular, as a way to sort of justify what they wanted to do all along. And yet, I think there's still some value to be had in the term geopolitics. I'm aware of these connotations, but to a broader audience, geopolitics just means the interrelations of states as they interact over geography, over space. And this is a very important piece of context for the modern world, in which frontiers, borders, are very fixed, and the places of different things like military bases, military forces, matters sometimes a lot more than what we would think of as like medieval parlor diplomacy, where one group of people can only really interact in a room, and the world of borders and frontiers is a very misty one. That's what it was like in the feudal times. That's what pre-modern societies are like. But in contemporary life, we operate within very fixed and very well-known spaces. I think geopolitics also conveys correctly a sense of point of view. People are deeply informed by where they're sitting, their perspective, and the resources that their states have on offer. Very few states in the modern world can carry out militarily optimal operations. Most states, other than the United States, a few European countries have expeditionary capacity for full-scale modern warfare, and China may have this capacity. It's a very small club, and it really, and as we're seeing in Iran, it is really just the United States and a few competitors who can carry out the kinds of operations that modern military science asks for people to carry out. And that creates a sense of relationships between states. At least to me, that implies a sense of relationships between states that is really founded on this difficulty of overcoming geography, difficulty of overcoming space, and also an awareness of space. A great example of this is the Iranian complaint about American military bases in adjacent nations. So, American military bases even British military bases in Akrotiri and Dikalia threaten Iran, because the zone of military conflict is so integrated and so expansive. Nothing illustrates geopolitics better than the current closure of the Strait of Hormuz, in my opinion. This is a geographical feature which is politically surrounded by rival powers, and its specific geography has created an extremely important military, diplomatic, and economic impact. That's a great example of how, even though if we go back and we want to do the kind of a critical examination of the history of geopolitics, which I totally support doing, we can't abandon the subject. We can't just sort of overwrite it all at once. and say, well, this is just some stuff people came up with to justify their expansionist ambitions. We actually have to go in and look at is there some rational core here? And it turns out, in my opinion, that the rational core is the value of considering space. So, geopolitics, uh, a strange discipline inhabited by many strange creatures. As we go forward, I hope to talk about a lot of those people, hopefully not in too much detail, and also highlight some of the important developments and facts about geopolitics that have just sort of presented themselves to me. I hope you are having a great weekend, unless you have to work. I will see you on Monday. That was your Geopolitics Thought for the Day for March 29th, 2026.